G'day internet, and how the bloody hell are you? It's been quite a minute now, hasn't it? I woke up this morning and I realised two things. One, it's been a long time since I filmed any kind of an episode, and two, it's been an even longer time since we have got out here into the goldfields of Western Australia and filmed a fantastic bush wreck hunting video. So, I thought today, with a glorious day, flies all up in my face and everything, despite that, let's go wreck hunting and see what we can find. Let's get into it. Yes, g'day everyone, my name's DJ and thank you for joining us on this very long overdue episode of Automotive Carnage. Today we are going to go back to basics and do what you all love doing, and that is getting out here into the Australian Outback with me and just going and looking for the abandoned cars that have been left here for decades upon decades. It is so fun to do, and for those new to my channel, this is pretty much the basis of everything of who I am and what everyone enjoys to watch. We just get out here and go find rusty old junk and get attacked by all the Australian flies while we're at it. So without further ado, I'll stop rambling and let's get onto this vehicle, which is right in front of me. You guys are resting on top of it, and boy, is she a pearler. Today's bushwreck adventure is starting off with an absolute pearler with the ZD/C Ford Fairlane 500. Now we also have a XC Falcon over here. We'll get to that in a second. Right now I want to focus on this one being an absolutely amazing example of a bushwreck. Now unfortunately I say ZD/C because someone's bit us to it and has taken the tag off there, so we can't be absolutely sure. And also, to go off that, I must admit I've been out and looked over this car before with a couple of friends, and one of them is a bit of a guru when it comes to this chassis. So when he's having a look around it, even he's a bit perplexed. He's like, well, those parts and numbers come off a D, but those parts come off a C, and then that's a D part, and then that's a C part, and so we couldn't really figure out exactly which generation it is. So we think it's somewhere in the crossover period between the two, and they just kind of use a bit of everything, a bit of the old parts, a bit of the new parts to make this particular example of the Fairlane 500. But anyway, let's go around it, and if you spot something that you know is definitely a ZD or a ZC part, chuck it down in the comments below. I'd love to hear your opinions. Anyway, when we first found this car, it was sitting on this passenger side, and that's evident by the rear door here with the amount of rust that's in it that has been caused by, during the flood seasons, all the water has run through here and washed all the sand and grit through it. The body itself is pretty well cactus. There's not a lot going on, but parts wise, there's still so much when you dive in a little closer. And the first part I really want to focus on is this floor. Because it was sitting on its side and not on the base, this floor is absolutely fantastic. There is next to no rust whatsoever in it, which is quite amazing for a bushwreck. Oh, there we go. We got a little bit over there on the driver's side, and oh yep, a little bit over here on the passenger side. But besides that, that floor is just about perfect. And we have a center console, making this a bucket seat car, and as you can see, those bucket seats are long gone. The rest of the dash, well, that's a bit hay going. Oh yeah, the speedometer looks okay. That might be worth actually taking out and salvaging. That's not too bad condition, but the pad obviously is gone. That's one of the first things to go, sitting out here in the bush for decades upon decades. All right, let's move around to the back. Like, we've got a 6-cylinder Ford bell housing down there holding this thing up. Oh, hello, look at the rear window garnish. A few dents in it, a few stone chips, but it's all complete. It's all there actually. That's, again, another part that would be worth taking out of this. And another thing I just noticed, this parcel shelf, again, oh hello, Mr. Cockroach, is in really good condition, ready to be plucked out and put into someone else's vehicle. Moving around the back here, we've got a Fairlane 500 badge on this side. The tail lights, well, the lenses are obviously gone, the bulbs are gone, but the frames themselves, oh, excuse me, flies are going everywhere at the moment, into my mouth and all sorts. If I start choking, that's why. Anyway, the frames are in good condition. Barely any pitting or corrosion on them, and no dents that I can see. So they are, again, another great part of this vehicle. Rear part there is completely rusted out. The boot, well, as you see, is where most of the stuff was sitting in there. As we flipped it over, it's just and gone through the vehicle this way. Yep, there might be some more rust cuts in there as well, potentially. Springs are still there for the boot. We'll close that. Yeah, look at that. That rear trim is cactus, unfortunately. It's all scratched and dented. The boot is full of bog and dented. Yeah, not too good. But then in saying that, around the edges, are all lovely. So they could be reused. And another thing we've just noticed is this part in here. So the channel around the actual boot on both sides, again, in really nice condition. So although the body itself overall will not be worth restoring, this is going to donate so many available parts. Even the sills from this distance appear to be in good condition. All right, let's jump into the engine bay now. And straight off the bat, I'm going to tell you, this is most likely a V8 car with the way they've destroyed the radiator panel to try to lift the engine out. We're moving a bit closer, and yep, sure enough, we have square engine mounts, meaning that this was either a 302 or a 351. Not too sure exactly which one. If you guys can figure out the clues in this engine bay, let us know. Look, we also have power steering option, power steering box. That's all still there. Again, another great part that could be taken out. Now, another thing my ZD Guru friend was telling me is that the numbers on this box actually match the GT numbers. So that actually might be worth pulling out and getting to one of those mock-up guys who make the GT tributes, XY, XW GT tributes. That was a bit of a mouthful, sorry. Or pull it into an original one. Down this side, yep, bit of rust, dents, door handle. Same old when it comes to Bushwicks. Actually, I just noticed that dog leg, oh, getting under this tree here, that's in really good condition. Any bog? Oh, that sounds like tin. Metal, I should say, not tin. That could actually, there you go, there's a dog leg there as well. Scuff plates even. 1, 2. Okay, so only the rear scuff plates, the front scuff plates are gone. Oh, back out from under this tree. So there we go, a really cool example of a ZD/C Ford Fairlane 500. Really cool to see such a big prominent vehicle left out here. Again, in the middle of nowhere. There's my Prado. You know, not a whole lot going on out here. And why is it sitting next to an XC Falcon? Anyway, let's go jump into this one now and see what we can discover about this car. All right, first things first, that roof is caved in pretty badly. Obviously been jumped on sometime in its life, or maybe some branches dropped on there. We have a bench seat going on inside there. And if we jump in here, I'm pretty much going to guess it now. This is a 6-cylinder car. Yes, it is, because we have rectangle engine mounts, 6-cylinder bell housing. Tags are gone, so we can't confirm it, although we've got pretty good clues. Jump in here, check out this VIN, ends with a C. Yep, 6-cylinder Ford Falcon. Oh, and then obviously down the side here, 4.1 badge, so duh, obviously. So XC Falcon's pretty rusty down that side. That grille is almost in really good condition. It's just a shame about the top part up here. Otherwise, the rest of it appears to be okay. It is a bit bright out here, sorry, that sun is going to be annoying for most of the day, but it is absolutely fantastic weather to go out wreck hunting. Down this side, we've got another 4.1 badge, a bit bent up, rust all through the bottom there. Probably the most exciting thing about this car, still has driver's window glass. Why was that the only window that wasn't smashed, eh? Does it still go up and down? Oh, it does too. I bet whoever came along and smashed the rest of the glass, that was wound down at the time. They didn't bother about it. All right, inside the floor, we have a Fred Flintstone floor, so that's no good. That dash though, my gosh, that has preserved really, really well. It's a shame it's not a V8 dash, it's just a little 6-cylinder one. But still, that might be worth rescuing and using in someone else's project. Jump in the back seat, oh, okay, that's that's not what you expect to find. Maybe this was a shaman's car. Keep going around the sides. What's the back look like? Lenses are gone as per usual. The frames though, again, the frames look to be good condition. I can't see much pitting or dents. Still got a Falcon badge, which is awesome. 4 lettering. This one here, yep, again, that lens could be reused into someone else's project. Sorry, the frame. The lenses will need to be replaced, but those frames could be used. Now, what's in the boot? We found animal bones in the back. What are we going to find in the boot? Oh, nothing. We can't open that. That's probably a good thing. Moving on. Parcel shelf. Again, another fantastic, well-preserved parcel shelf. XC, ZD, both have great parcel shelves. So again, chopped out, reused someone else's project. And we come down the rear quarter here. yeah, it's all stoved in, rusted down the bottom. So unlike the ZD, there is not as much that can be salvaged off of this. This is obviously 4.1, bit of a base model, nothing too fancy going on. We've got bench seats in there. Yeah, non-power steering, 6-cylinder. It would have, yeah, just been a base model XC, I reckon. Still got plates though, which is kind of cool. Makes you wonder why someone took the tags but not the plates. Generally they will grab both at the same times. But there we have it, a great start to our wreck hunt adventure today. So what we'll do now is I'll cruise up the road to where I know a couple of other vehicles are that I haven't shown you guys yet. One of them is really cool, the other one is interesting, rather interesting. So yeah, let's cruise up there now. You guys hear that? There is nothing here except you, me, and the wind. Now can you see why so many people get lost coming and exploring in the Outback out here? That is a very hostile environment to be in. There is just nothing. There's not any hills to give you landmarks as to whereabouts you are, and oh, it's pretty scary to come cruising out here. Yeah, and yes, I know it looks like there's a bloody main highway here, but that's actually a gas pipeline that one of the mine companies put in a few years back. So anyway, we're here to see this. This is really, really cool because this is a 19-something, 70s, I hazard a guess, Mitsubishi Galant. Absolutely love it. It was the only one of these I've ever found out in the bush. I've found plenty of Corollas, I've found plenty of Datsuns, but never have I found a Mitzi out here. So when I found this and decoded the little chassis tag there, it was absolutely, I was buzzing. It was really cool. It's just a shame that the body is so trashed. The roof is gone. Like the roof's been, it's been dragged on its roof, the poor old girl. And all but one of the doors are missing. Seats are all gone. I mean, it's still got hubs, so that's one thing. That's one good thing. You know, it's got a diff in the rear. Engine is long gone, which would have only been a little 4-cylinder, probably a 1.5 or somewhere around that capacity. As I said before, the tag is still here. There's a Chrysler tag, so definitely early Mitsubishi. Oh, there you go, 1974. Awesome, couple of options in there, Z12 and D20. Where's our Mitsubishi gurus at? Who's going to tell us what those options are? I got a hub on this side as well, disc brake front end. I wonder if that was one of the options, the disc brake front end. It's been, no, it has been dragged. It's just had a lot of bolts put into that rear quarter there. Oh, get my shadow out of the way. And yeah, look at this. The poor thing's all twisted and bent in. Frames, lenses, they're all gone. Looks like it's been pulled by its rear bumper there. So, unfortunately, there is not a lot of anything that can be salvaged off this girl. And what an absolutely hideous color that it is. I mean, who goes into a Mitsubishi dealership in 74 and goes, yep, I want baby poo brown. Thank you very much. That's what I want my new car to look like. Ah, dear. It's like, even the dash. Well, the dash is there, but everything inside it is gone. We still have a choke cable there, or is that a fan, demister or something? I'm not sure. It's got a fan with some bars over it in a circle. I haven't seen that symbol before. Yeah, real shame, unfortunately, because so much of the panels that give this car its character, or gives any car its character, have gone missing. And yeah, so unfortunately this one will probably just sit out here. Unless someone has any use for those hubs and struts and the diff, let me know. Give us a comment, email, allmouthcarnage@gmail.com. We're going to head up now to a bit of a hard to get to location because it is that overgrown and just shrubs are everywhere. Not many people have been in there, and that's evident by the fact that this vehicle, no one's been out here except the flies, they're just everywhere at the moment. No, this vehicle still has a V8 in it. Really cool. Let's go check it out. So I sort of got a little sidetracked on the way to the location where I was trying to take you guys. I found this truck I'd never seen before, and it was very faint off the pipeline we were just on, and there'd been no tracks going into it for a very long time. I was like, ooh, I wonder where that goes. And now Now I don't know where I am in relation to the vehicle we're trying to go to. So, as I said, anyone can get lost out here. It's quite a interesting and difficult landscape to navigate around. So we've got all these little tracks kind of going everywhere, and like we've got a bit of an intersection here. But the problem is because now we're on my tiki tour, I don't know where we are compared to the vehicle I'm trying to take you to. Where is it? I'm pretty sure it's over that way. I'm going to have to backtrack and find the road I was on and just go in the way I was meant to go in. Whoops. Please hold. Okay, we're back on track. I found where I was trying to go. So, as you can see, the vegetation around here is a little bit taller, a little bit closer together. And yep, there's a vehicle we're looking for over in the distance there. Hopefully you can see it on your screens. It's a splodge of white behind that tree we just went in front of. There we go. Right. I remember there being 2 cars here, but I guess it was only 1. Anyway, let's get over there and I'll show you what we have. And we'll park here. There we go. So not every bush wreck that's out here is from the 60s or 70s or that old generation of vehicles. Sometimes you find a vehicle that's a little bit more modern, a little bit more unusual out here. And this one is exactly that. 1995 Ford Fairlane with a 5-litre V8 Windsor still in there. That is absolutely fantastic. It is a relatively complete engine. And I dare say we could pull that, strip it down, and get it working again. Another great engine that could be used in the Automotive Carnage engine library. We also have, is that the LTD grill or is that the gear grill? I'm not too sure. I'm sure you gurus, Ford Fairlane gurus, can let me know down in the comments below. Let's move on to the interior here, and I don't think this was the most highest trim level Fairlane. It was the fact that it's got cloth interior, no wood grain, pretty generic inside here. Now what's interesting too is that this airbag's gone off, but not the steering wheel airbag, so rather interesting circumstance. I wonder if someone got smacked in the head with that sucker. In the back here, yeah, pretty status quo. There's not as much to look at on these modern ones because, I mean, as far as I'm aware, no one's looking for rust cuts for these. I don't know them to rust as much as the old 70s stuff, or 60s, but, you know, it's in, and it's plastic too, so like, unlike the other Fairlane where you could replace the lenses and still use the housing, that is just all plastic and you got to replace the whole lot all at once. Underneath here, I reckon something tells me this was flipped on its side for 2 particular reasons. 1, 2, the cats are gone, so I would dare say that's why it's been flipped onto its side so that someone can come along and grab those cats, and they've also taken the rest of the exhaust system while they're at it. Now what I find interesting, again, I'm finding a lot of interesting things on this adventure today, is that 95, the Falcons, even the Fairlanes, their luxury vehicles are still using a live axle, whereas Commodore had already got, Holdens had already gone to independent rear suspension with way greater traction. Ford kept using these solid rear ends, which, I don't know, it seems a bit backwards, but it was cheap and they're a cheap company, so there you go. A few Nolafane bushes up here, so someone in a previous life had a bit of love for it. That might be part of the reason why it's been parked up. That disc is only half as thick as it should be. Yeah, again, it's pretty modern, so not too much to report, and I'm not the hugest fan of this shape, so you know, I'm not getting all buzzed. I'm not getting too buzzed about it, except for this. I like V8s, and I do like the sound of a cammed and a good free-flowing exhaust on the 5-litre Windsors. They sound all right. Yeah, I don't have much power, but I like that. Still got tags. If anyone's interested, we've got, what's that? Ford NF Fairlane, 10th of 1995. Engine Z, Trans W, if that interests any of you lot. Yeah, I mean, there's a Fairlane. And look, there's another gear badge up on the fender there, so yeah. I'm going to hazard a guess that that is a gear grill. Sorry, I just got distracted. I never noticed this before. On the door, it's got the 4-litre sticker. So has the door been replaced or has the engine been replaced? Huh. Again, engine Z. What is that? Is that factory V8 or is it a 4-litre that's been converted to V8 and just the door replaced? It could be either or. The trims are different between that door and that one. Huh. There you go. Let us know in the comments below what you guys reckon. If we scout around, we've got a few parts on the ground here. We'll have a quick nosy around. Not too much interesting. Nah. What's that? Indicator. We got. Hang on a minute. HKS FCON. What the hang is an HKS FCON doing out here? And I did not plant this. This has been sitting here for a very long time. That is a fuel and ignition timing computer for Supras, Skylines, Sylvias, Soras, Celicas, all the 90s Japanese hero cars. You could put one of those in it and, you know, run, I think they run piggy bank to the factory ECU and take over the fuel ignition and give you more power. It definitely wouldn't fit on a Fairlane, so why is there an HKS? Oh man, you guys reckon it might be a bit of a JDM nugget out here somewhere? What's that? No, that's just a barrel. I really want to go looking now to find out if we can find the car that this has come out of. But that sun's starting to go down again to a very unusual position whilst filming, and I need to get home for dinner. But I think we have just enough time to hopefully get rid of these flies, but just enough time to head out to check out one more vehicle. And I reckon, because we're doing something a bit different, something a bit interesting, I'll take you out to a vehicle I know of that I don't normally do. I don't normally do trucks, but I know there's an absolutely beautiful 1950s. No, I won't ruin it for you. Wait till we get there. This is why I bush wreck, people. I was heading off to this truck I wanted to show you guys, and I decided to come a slightly different track. And you think you've seen it all out here, and then you go and find something amazing like this. And okay, let's face this, all right? There's a bit of a joke amongst my YouTube friends that DJ Mint isn't actually that mint, and this is bloody DJ Mint, because I am so stoked to find this. I'm going to turn the camera around and you're going to be like, huh? What? Check this out. We got a 19, like pre-war. I'm not going to try to guess what year. Pre-war part of a chassis and firewall. So, and there's bloody tags on it. Standardized Motors, Castle Reach and Sydney dealers and Dodge Brothers motor vehicles. This is coming home. This is so coming home with me. That's wicked, just for that tag alone. Oh, that's so, no, we can't really use it because it's got a big split in the firewall on that side. Oh, dude, how cool is it? I know just the chassis to put this onto as well. Any more tags on this side? Nothing. All right, I'm gonna take some photos of this and send it to one of my mates who, I say he specializes in this era of vehicles, whether he reckons or not. That's so cool. We've got one fender over here. This is, oh no, this is that truck size chassis here, because you've got the massive side runners there. All right, and then over here, oh look, we've got this awesome home done bloody bodgy to fix the crack. You know, the corrugations back in these days on the roads will have been horrendous, and you know, there's not much material, so we'll just stick a bit of tin on there. Well, it's actually steel this time, most of them are tin. A few bolts on there. Oh dude, that is so cool. Can I fit? I can't fit in the Prado, but I'll come back with a trailer and grab that. That is wicked. Absolutely wicked. So yeah, I'll go home. I'm going to research this now. Standardized Motors. What's it say there? Oh, limited. Yeah, Castle Reach Street, sorry. Castle Reach Street, Sydney. Wow. Absolutely awesome. So a truck body that was sold in Sydney on the other side of the country has somehow made itself to Perth and then driven, maybe transported onto a truck out here. That's awesome. Finding pre-war stuff scattered in the bush always gets me going, whether it's on a station or especially when it's out here. We're nowhere, guys. Like, yeah, we're a couple of K outside of town. But that's just awesome, absolutely awesome. I'm going to spend a bit of time looking around, seeing if I find anything else to go with it. If I do, I'll let you know. If not, we'll pop up at this other 50s truck I was trying to show you. That is an absolutely wicked find. I'm stoked. I'll tell you what, trying to find this old truck was a bit harder than trying to find that Fairlane. I spent the last 15 minutes driving round and round circles, literally around circles of this beautiful old Bedford J1 cab and tray. How cool is this thing? She has definitely seen better days, and someone's had a good hack at trying to take that engine out. Well, I say trying, but they have definitely succeeded with the help of an gas axe. Now, they were in that much of a hurry when they chopped out the radiator support. They went straight through the number plate even. Like, they don't even bother to take it off, just went whoosh with the gas axe on that side and that side. Chopped out whatever cross members were between the chassis rails, where the cross transmission cross member is. But obviously did the job. The chassis is, well, it's just twisted, motor's gone, trans is gone, but the cab is still looking absolutely wonderful. Now, we still have tags in here, which is great. So yeah, chassis, bed, J1S, 3-ton truck. Still got its Holden tag on there as well. So cool to find these vehicles out here that still have the tags on them. Plenty of dings and bangs and crashes and scratches and everything. But man, what an absolute awesome thing. Look at that, we've still got Bedford on the fuel filler cap. That's wicked. Massive, good sized diff on this thing. Now what I noticed about this actually, if we jump around this side of the diff, for whatever reason they've inverted this wheel. So, I don't know, maybe trying to fit Julie's up, or maybe just trying to extend the life of the tyre or the rim, or who knows what's going on there, but they've had to do some sort of a swap around the backyard to bloody fix there for whatever reason. But I don't know, I really like this style of truck, and I reckon something this size would make an absolutely awesome vehicle carrier for automotive carnage. Now what's cool about this one too is it still has a little bit of a company name hand painted onto the door, which you can't quite make out there, and I can't quite read it, but it's definitely from Adelaide. So Adelaide on the side of the door, South Australian plates. This vehicle has travelled a long way. Can we get in here? Rust wise is actually not bad. I haven't found any bad rust yet. A lot of surface rust, a lot of physical damage, but no actual rust. And your cluster and the dash is all gone. Well, the dash is still in good condition, but yeah, cluster's gone. Has a bit of plastic surround there, which is all cracked up. And again, that gas axe was well used inside the cab as well. So maybe with the damage to the chassis, the damage to the guards, this vehicle might be a little too far gone to get back on the road. But yeah, I'm always keeping my eye out for trucks of this sort of size, of this sort of vintage, and with something with a nice patina on it to make into a car carrier for automotive carnage. But you know, that's a fair way down the track. So yes, because of my blooming time lost in the bush multiple times today, it's been a long time since I've been out here, and I've kind of got a bit rusty myself on how to navigate in these areas out here. It's definitely takes a skill, and a skill that has to be relearned, I think. So definitely keep an eye out. We will be doing some more bush wreck adventures in the near future, and with that sun going down now and all these flies are just really bugging me, we'll catch you guys on the next one. And yeah, I don't know, one day we might get a Bedford. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us on this episode of Automotive Carnage. I'll catch you on the next one. See you later.